All right, so I have a new chest mount coming because I was watching back all this other footage and it sort of looks like the head cam gives a good POV, but it's like you make a lot more movements with your head than you probably think you do, I guess. And I don't know, it was making me almost a bit uncomfortable to watch it, so I'm sure it was the same for everyone else as well. So I just figured I would get something that kind of just goes around the neck and holds onto my back. So it's like a chest attachment, basically. Pardon me. But I had this little pendant thing that it came with, so I'm going to try this out. Hopefully this is a little less, bouncy to watch than some of the other footage has been. A little more pleasant. We'll see how it goes. If it's better, cool. If it's not, no worries. I'll always have that chest mount coming as well. Just got done with lunch and I'm back over at the park again. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it certainly looks okay. I can't tell if it's super bumpy just from this small live preview, so hopefully it's not too bad. But gotta do that in the head mount, right? Gosh, I really hope I'm not getting sick. I really think it is just the allergies for the most part. I hope it isn't anything else. Yeah, the only problem with the current one I have is it's basically just a little, like a necklace with a magnet on it to hold this. So it's not necessarily allowing me to angle it downwards at all. It just basically faces forward. So, I mean, you'll certainly see me walking around in the park, right? You won't necessarily see me, reaching for the trash maybe as much. I'm not really sure. So I am doing that, but maybe it'll just be kind of more of a chill walk around the park sort of deal, I guess. Less emphasis on the trash, perhaps. Yeah, my boss was out on a trip and he came back and he was kind of, coughing and hacking, so that was maybe Wednesday when he first got back. So we were all a little bit like, oh, I hope you don't give me anything. But what are you gonna do? He's your boss. You can't be like, hey, can you leave? I'm pretty sure you're sick. So you just kind of have to put up with it, unfortunately. I wonder what's going on over here. They have some big old AT&T trucks. They got a bucket truck on that guy. Big old spool of wire on this other one, perhaps? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with all the mark and locate flags from PG&E as well. Yeah, the weather's pretty decent again today, though. And it is Friday, which, of course, means the weekend's coming up. And I actually already have the cash in hand. We have plans to go to the casino tomorrow. Not too early. We're going to meet up like maybe 8 o'clock or so. It's not too bad. But, yeah, we'll get some gambling done over at the local Indian casino. It's pretty close by. What's really cool is they're actually opening up even another casino pretty close by to me. And so right now, the one I'm going to is about an hour away, and the new one will be like 30 minutes away. I say cool, probably a bit concerning that we'll have so many options to gamble so close by, but should be nice. Oh, and then I think the little picker-uppy thingy my dad got me should be here today. So maybe I'll stop by and do like a remote pickup from him for that. Just because, again, it could just be allergies. But I did just start walking and I'm already kind of sniffling, so I hope I'm not getting sick. I hope it's just a bunch of cooties. But you never know. Better safe than sorry. I don't want to give any cooties to my dad. I think the park's kind of busy today. They got some people out here. Some folks doing yoga, some folks over here doing something. I don't know. Don't mind me as I go right around them. Don't want to bother anybody. That's gross. Someone used the actual Q-tip here too. Yeah, they keep, they say pretty much everywhere that Q-tips are not good for cleaning your ears. Don't use Q-tips, etc., etc., etc. I mean, my dad swears by them. He uses them all the time, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't use them quite a few times. Supposedly they're bad because they push the wax potentially deeper into your ear canal, which maybe that's true, maybe it's not, right? Look, you got people doing sort of flag stuff. What's that called? Color guard or something? For like bands and stuff. Stick of gum? Maybe just the wrapper? No, there's definitely gum in there. Interesting to just toss a whole stick of gum on the ground. Maybe dropped, I guess. Hopefully the footage is decent. I don't know if anyone actually cares about seeing me physically pick up the trash off the ground, which was the, obviously you can't really, I can't angle it down. Maybe with that new rig I have coming, you'll be able to see the ground a bit more. I don't even know if it matters, honestly. Like, I think if anyone's watching this, it's probably just a nice, chill, walk around the park sort of deal. I see a lot of content creators seemingly use chest mounts. Weird little, like, table leg or something. I don't know, just it seems like it, from everything I look at online, it gives a more, like, steady shot. Because otherwise, like, my head's clearly constantly moving around even more than I thought it was. And so I'm like, rewatching the footage and it's just all over the place. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, just another pretty chill day. The morning so far has been super busy at work for whatever reason. Some days are just like that, but everyone seemed to have questions and whatever, so we were getting a lot of stuff figured out, some not really emergencies, but just stuff just seemingly kept coming up over and over again. So, obviously normally you have your regular stuff you do as part of your routine, and then when other stuff comes up, it's not like you can still do your regular stuff, so that kind of gets put on the back burner, and then you have to kind of, you're essentially trying to get more work out of the same 8 hours, right? But I guess it's just how it is sometimes. The way I see it, you can only do what you can do, right? Like, there's no point in stressing out and being like, oh, I'll never get this all done in a day. Like, it's like, well, right, and if I don't, I don't. It's like, not in a callous sort of way, but just in a very realistic sort of way. None of this stuff is really an emergency. Like, sure, it's stuff that's critical or needs to be done in relation to work, right, and to my job, but if it doesn't get done, no one dies. Like, there's not like a fire that's actively happening or something. It's just, stuff that quote unquote needs to be done. But needs a pretty relative word, typically speaking, isn't it? So yeah, not like in a, callous, I'm not going to try sort of way, but if it doesn't get done, it's fine. Like, I think it's fine to think that way and be like, look, I'm going to absolutely, give it a shot. I'll try to do what I need to do, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I can't pull time out of my butt, Some days are just like that. You just do whatever you can do and try not to stress about it too much, really. I think it's okay there's like a delicate balance, right, between caring about your job and, making sure stuff gets done, and probably to the point where you are getting like emotionally like disturbed or upset by something. Like, that's probably too much. Like, it's okay to care, but obviously if you've ever worked anywhere, that there's plenty of people who don't care, right? Like, at all. They're just there to collect a paycheck. They couldn't care less about the company, how things went. And that's fine, right? Like, it's not their job. They're there to come and do work, and they do the work and they leave, they check out, right? And that's fine. I think I definitely care more than that, right? Like, I'm not totally callous to concerns at work. Like, I've been here for a while, and I am, invested in the company. I want them to succeed. I want us to prosper and be around for a long time. But at the same time, you have to realize it is just work, Again, it's kind of a fine balance, right? You can't not care, but certainly you don't want to care so much that it's affecting your mental health. I think you just do whatever it is you can do and call it a day, right? That's all you really can do. That's kind of for everything, though. I mean, that is just life in general. Like, I know it's so easy to say, right? The whole, worry about the things you can change, or don't, what is it? What's the whole saying? It's if you can do something about it, why worry, right? Because obviously you're going to do something about it. If you can't, well, why worry? Because there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, you being upset doesn't change the outcome of anything going on, right? That's the whole point. So, I guess the more and more I realize, because I'm getting a bit older. I'm not as young as I once was, and certainly not old enough to retire, though. So I've been in it long enough to see most things as they happen, and not too much of it coming as a shock to me at this point. But you can't escape the reality that as a human being, you have to work and support yourself and pay bills, and that's just how society works, right? So it's not like I'm ever gonna, or anytime soon, retire from these sort of concerns. So it's sort of a delicate balancing act. And you spend so much of your time at work with your colleagues. I mean, just doing stuff in general that you don't want to do. I mean, right? Like, you're doing it because you have to. The responsibilities, whether work or personal. Not because you enjoy to do them, but simply because you must do them, right? That's life. But you can certainly choose to approach it in a different way, can't you? I mean, of course, easier said than done, and some things especially so, right? Some things it's especially hard to take such a cold, detached view from. But I will say, it is certainly better for you, right? For your mental health in general, if you can be more detached from a lot of things. But we're human. We have things we care about, and even if you say that, nothing at work really matters and I shouldn't let it bother me, saying it's one thing, living it's another, of course. But I think noticing, there's another sniff, by the way. I think noticing that is probably a good step, right? Like, recognizing the problem is part of the problem. So even if you can't entirely fix it, even if I can't say, well, I shouldn't really care about, when people are rude to me at work, or I shouldn't let this kind of thing upset me. It's easy to say that. It's obviously much harder to do it, especially over and over, right? Like, everyone has their limits, and you might be able to let something go once, twice, 3 times, but can you let it go forever? Like, it's one of those awful things about being a human, is that you unfortunately have to exist within a society, and other people are in this society. So there's going to be an innumerable amount of times where things are happening beyond your control, and you just kind of have to deal with it. So oh look, I got a little sticker back. You see me put this trash in here? Probably not, right? This is probably, I'm sure you can't see most of, I don't know if I have to like hold my arm out like this as I pick up the trash. Maybe that's what I should be doing. Instead of having it at my side, I should be like obnoxiously lifting it into view. Does that look better? I don't know. I certainly can. I can keep, doing this if it looks, oh, that's poop. Yeah, I won't be grabbing that. Pass. I gotta say, it's not very hot today, but normally I walk in the shade. I've been trying to kind of go across the whole park and pick up more trash, but man, it is a lot hotter when you're not just walking in the shade, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's just, you know, the trivialities of life, all the work stuff that, you know, the micro, tiny BS things you deal with every day. But it is really good to remember that, you know, again, in the most healthy way you can see it, right? You don't have to be totally detached and uncaring and a total sloth at work, but from a very, very real perspective, a job is a job is a job, and it really doesn't matter. Like, if you're not dealing with life and death, then there's just no reason to be that attached to the results, right? Like, you can be upset that you've told a guy for the 7th time in a row how to do something or not to do something or whatever, and you can let those mistakes get to you and be like, man, I'm so frustrated dealing with this guy. You know, I keep telling him not to do this, or, you know, we keep trying to make things right, and because you care, you're trying to, you know, fix things. But it's hard when the people that you have to work with to fix things don't care, or, you know, they don't care as much as you care, or, you know, maybe they don't not care, but the thing that has to be fixed requires effort on their part. It's easy for you to say, hey, stop doing this, start doing this, but if they have to do it, obviously they're going to think in their head, well, it's easy for you to say, I'm out here the one doing it, I got to do this. So, you know, I think there's a lot of stuff like that where it's just, you know, it's just really unimportant minor stuff at work. And I think part of the growth that I'm on right now, or the whatever you want to call it, the path I'm trying to put myself on, is to do more stuff for myself, to have more things in my life that I care about, to, you know, spend my time more meaningfully, to not be bothered about such trivial things that really, in the grand scheme, don't matter, right? I forget the exact saying, but it's something to the effect of, is it going to bother you a day from now? Is it going to bother you a week from now? Is it going to bother you a year from now? And I just found a random shoe. It's been abandoned here. But yeah, I think if the answer is no, then there's really no reason to be overly concerned with that stuff, which again, so easy to say in the, you know, detached, you're not dealing with it perspective that I have right now. But when you're in the middle of it, for you, for me, for whoever, obviously it's a lot harder to live that reality. Practice what you preach, but obviously doing is a lot harder than saying, right? Yeah, that's kind of been my mentality lately. I've been feeling better, you know, I've been a little more positive. I'm going on these walks, I'm trying to be a little more active, do some things for myself. You know, I'm learning Japanese, I'm doing figure drawing right now. If you pop onto my same name, Twitter or Instagram or whatever, I was posting that for a time, daily figure drawing. I'm still doing it, I'm just not posting it every day because, you know, it's not that exciting. It's just me doing some pretty basic figure drawing over and over again. So just another, oh look, there's actually a decent chunk of trash. I wasn't sure what it was, but looks like it's something from Jack in the Box. Yeah, some sort of tacos or something, I guess. It's the first, probably the biggest chunk I've found so far. Everything else has been tiny stuff. Yeah, I am kind of looking forward to the other grabber, because holding it like this does kind of suck. I can imagine walking around like this is gonna be a little more ergonomic. I found the second part to whoever's Jack in the Box meal that was, whatever this is. Maybe a sandwich to go along with their nachos or whatever. And yeah, there's the rest of the wrapper for it too. Lovely. But yeah, that's kind of what been my my thought process for a minute now. I've just kind of been trying to be a little more positive, try to better myself, try to do things, try to be a little more in the moment. Like I said yesterday, it just, it gets old just doom scrolling every day after work. You get home at 4:30, you have dinner, you look up, it's 5 o'clock. You somehow have been on your phone the entire time you've been eating. You look down, you look up again, it's 9:30, and you're wondering what you've accomplished for the day is. And, it's not much, right? I'm learning Japanese, so what? I'm doing figure drawing, so what? I picked up half a bag of trash at the park, so what? But even though in like a micro, those things aren't that much, you're not doing that much. Oh, and that trash is gone. It does add up, and it does, I guess because there's so little, you feel like you're not doing anything, but then you suddenly realize you're feeling better. You're eating better. You're a little bit less affected by some trivial negativities that maybe would have bothered you before. Stuff like that, I guess. So it's been nice. It's definitely been helping. I think the tiny things are adding up. And honestly, sometimes the tiny things are all you can really manage. It's pretty hard to do big things. I'm pretty bad with being messy in general, so I guess picking up trash at the park is almost training a muscle for myself to be a bit more disciplined and tidy up around my apartment. I just mentioned I sold that PlayStation 3 the other day, and part of it's the money, sure, but I was also clearing out clutter from the house, so it's kind of a multi-purpose thing, and I guess that's all you can do, right? You can trick yourself into doing what you want to do, and so hopefully between this and my little tiny steps I'm taking towards what I'm hoping will be more major progress, will lead to a more fulfilling life, will lead to whatever. Because I think like a lot of people, I don't really know what I'm looking for necessarily. I don't know if I would it's tough because I make just enough money to where money's not a huge issue to me, but of course, who wouldn't want to make more money? I'm not broke, but I'm not rich. I have some disposable income. Of course, I could use some more, but it's not like spending more money would definitely make me happier. It's not like having a better apartment would definitely make me happier. I think, I can't not be working, but at the same time, if there was some alternate means of work for me, maybe that wouldn't be terrible either, Maybe if what I was doing was something like this, if it was content creating, or if I somehow, maybe something with the Japanese, maybe the figure drawing, maybe it'll, improve my art skills to maybe I can, sell that in some way. I don't know, right? Like, it's not hard, far off milestones. Right now, it's just sort of small, everyday, bite-sized, incremental progress, rather than looking at it as a long-term goal. But if in a couple years from now I'm fluent in Japanese, really good at drawing, maybe have a small following from doing this, maybe this, leads into some sort of other content creation, or who knows really, right? But at least I'm doing something. I can't just wait around forever hoping that something will drop in my lap, right? So instead, I'm just making small, actionable little changes in my life that maybe will lead me somewhere better. But even if they don't, it certainly has made me feel a little bit better, and at least for today has made the park a little bit cleaner. So it's not for nothing. It's definitely something. It's definitely progress. And gosh, I mean, what else can you do? You put your best foot forward and you can only go from there, right? That's where we are. That's my park visit for the day. That's another half bag of trash off the streets. another 25 minutes or so of doing so. So I'll get that uploaded, posted to YouTube, and yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll go on a bike ride. I got that little e-bike I bought. I can pedal it, it's pedal assist. I can also, you know, purely electric if I want to. Might drive it around the neighborhood, film myself doing it, post it online, you know, whatever. I just gotta do more stuff, you know, for me, just to be a little more active, a little more doing stuff. Maybe I'll pop into a store, maybe I'll record myself grocery shopping or doing something else, you know. Maybe this will get me in a good mood to where I can do other things and I can film those things too. I don't know, but we'll certainly see. But thanks for joining me. If you're watching, if you stuck around this whole time, I appreciate it. That's it. Bye-bye.